Alrighty, I'm back. Hello. Okay, I'm back for the third installment of this Periscope series. If you don't know me yet, thank you for the hearts. I'm Danielle Ford of danielleford.com, marketing strategist, and now addicted to Periscope, or rocking it. Thank you so much. So this one's going to be some advanced Periscope tips. A couple of these we covered in the past video because they were being asked. So I'm going to reiterate a few of these. Thank you. I so appreciate the hearts. Love them, love them. Really appreciate you helping me get ranked. Hey, David. David is awesome. David helped me. I'm really good with online stuff, but when it comes to like integrating things like softwares and like hardware, oh my god, no, I can't do it. So he super helped me like set up a bunch of stuff with PayPal and integrating it with my membership site, and he's like badass. He's like the guy that like knows all sorts of stuff. So go follow David because he's awesome. Yeah, so thank you. So let me just kind of jump into it. Video number 3, advanced Periscope. This is to take your, hi, the brag man, to take your scopes to the next level. Oh, Ben, hi Ben. Are you Ben? It says Bill. Who's Ben? I don't know if it's Ben. So to take your scopes to the next level, and the last 2 tips, not to make you wait in anticipation, are awesome. So you're gonna have to wait, but those are a little bit more entailed because I'm going to actually have to like share my screen and show you some stuff. But to kind of go through some things that will just kind of set you apart from your average Joe Periscoper. The first one is to have a very catchy title. So catchy titles, anything that's going to stand out from the crowd. If you have a specific niche, you know, anything that's really niche specific, you know, titles like 8 ways for this, or 4 tips to whatever. Maybe something that sounds kind of shocking, like how to lose weight by eating cake. You know, I don't know. Anything that's going to shock people, maybe a question, something catchy. And then you want to add emojis. I am the worst with emojis. Like all my friends, you're okay, Angel. All my friends are like emoji, like they're awesome at it. And my sisters like can have like full conversation with emojis. And to me, I'm like the mom or the grandma who's like late to the emoji game, and I'm like, what one should I put? So I only use like 4 of them, but get creative with emojis because those really stand out, and especially when people are looking through streams. If you, thank you for all the hearts, if you enable your location and they're looking through their location, or someone's visiting somewhere and they're looking through the location, or just looking through who they follow, it's just going to grab their eye. So emojis, catchy titles, some uppercase, some lowercase. You know, you always want to uppercase like your important words, and lowercase your like words that don't matter, like it and your pronouns and all that. Do some capitals, maybe just like one word, like the big one that's important. Yeah, just play around with sizes and everything to make it look appealing. Hashtags are super important. It's really be a really good service for you to do a little bit of research on Twitter, and just go into twitter.com/search. It'll bring up a search bar, and then you can, or just go to the, like hashtags or whatever. Or what I love to do is use Hootsuite, and then create lists with hashtags, and you can see like anybody who uses that hashtag or has typed in that keyword. So I use that a lot for like Young Moms Club. But so you want to get a really like clear idea of what the best hashtags are most popular for your industry, and just have like a running list so you never have to think about it. And then always be adding those into your broadcast so that people can find you on Twitter. Even if you're not on Twitter, you can still be found on Twitter, especially from third-party sites that will automatically scrape keywords, phrases, and hashtags from Twitter. So super important. Again, I talked about this in one of the previous scopes, but set an interesting thumbnail. It might, if you're not a graphic artist, it'd be a cool little investment. Jump over to Fiverr or something like that and have a graphic created, you know, like a Periscope one. like live now, broadcasting, really bright with your picture maybe, and you can start your scope off with that. Or if you just jump onto some sort of graphic program, type in, what you're talking about that day, and then start your broadcast off with a clip of that, and then immediately switch your camera back to you. But that's going to be your thumbnail image, and that's what people are going to compare to, when they're looking through their stream. So you're going to want to have something interesting, and to me, I think just as long as it's a bright color, people are going to notice it. So really important to do is have a clear call to action. And you want to have your call to action several times throughout your scope, especially right in the beginning. Obviously, a lot of people join in and then they jump off. A lot of people kind of check out the replay and have to go. But you want to have a call to action, and regardless of what that is, whether it's just visit my site or follow me on Twitter, hire me. I'd love to do a coaching call, whatever your, call to action is, make sure to say it right at the beginning. And I would also do a call to action to share immediately, because again, we talked about this in the past one, but this will affect the replay a lot. Because if somebody sends it to all their followers, maybe has 500 followers, and they send it to all 500 of them, then your scope is going to be in 500 people's replay for 24 hours, and that's super duper important. Another tip is to broadcast at least once a day. Many people will be looking through people's profiles to find people to follow, and maybe they have a lot of hearts, or maybe they look interesting, but it doesn't show how many times you've broadcasted to other people. It'll show on your profile, but it'll show the recent ones, so anything within 24 hours. And a lot of people, it just appears like that person's not very active, and they won't follow if there's no recent broadcasts. So even if you don't really have anything to talk about and you want to jump in and say hi, have a great Monday, whatever, just try to, marketing tip number 1, have a good connection. Totally. Yeah. So just jump in, make sure you're broadcasting all the time, and that's going to get more people to follow you. So, okay, so now I'm on to be hot looking. Well, maybe that helps, but I don't know. There's a lot of, I think personality and confidence are definitely what's most important, especially in the marketing world. Okay, I have 2 other tips that I'm like super excited about. How often would you scope? Is one a day, or I don't know, like right now I'm scoping 5 times in 2 hours, and so that's kind of a lot. That's my first time doing that. I've only been scoping like twice a day, and doing some with Young Moms Club, and I've just been trying to figure it out, so I haven't had really jumped into it. This is my first time kind of like, okay, here's what we're doing. I just kind of jumped in and being like, let me teach you a tip or whatever, just to figure it out and get used to the comments and everything, kind of get my vibe and my setup, So I don't really know what the best formula is. I guess that would just depend on you and your community, and are you doing it to have a community? With Young Moms Club, we might do more kind of jump on, let's chat about something, and with this, it's probably more marketing tips. So it just depends on you and what your goal is, and what works best for your audience. And that's probably just something you have to play with. And then I would maybe test some different times, scope a couple times at 6 p.m. and see how that works, and then scope at 8 in the morning, noon, and kind of test and see what kind of engagement you get. But it's still kind of new, so those stats, I don't know if they'll be really set in stone for a few months or so. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, I'm so flippin' excited, is I will show you. Okay, let me figure out how to show you. Basically, when you finish your broadcast, it'll ask you if you want to save it to your camera roll, and you can, but it's only going to save your video. It's not going to save. It's not going to save the hearts, and it's not going to save your comments or anything. So the way that I am fixing that, and I am a YouTuber, I'm super big into video. To me, video is the most important thing. Video is the future. That's why I love Periscope. I think that people connecting one-on-one and seeing people face-to-face is the most important in my video training. That's one of the things I teach, is everything you can do online, you know, with your squeeze page and with your sales page, you could also do in video. And it's going to be so much more effective because people know you, they like you, they trust you, you've given them value. Video is just amazing. And also, it lasts forever, you know, even if it's not relevant in the future. It stays there forever. Sales pages come and go, blog posts get lost in the, you know, universe, and YouTube videos, and they last forever. I have videos from 5 years ago that I get comments on, and I'm like, okay, you know, but I just think video is amazing. But I've been trying to figure out like what I was going to do with these, and if I was going to make like a YouTube, like put them on YouTube or not, because I really don't like the verticalness of them. And if you turn it to the side, which is how, like, you know, you want your filming to be, like my fiance drives me crazy, right? Oh my God. He, every single time we do anything, pulls up his phone vertical. And I'm like I want to like smack it out of his hand every single time. We've had many conversations about it. I don't even know why he still does it, but he does. He's like, oh. And then I'm like, you can get here. You're not getting this space. Do you need to see their feet? Like, no. But I hate the verticalness of it. So what I decided to do, I also highly recommend joining Toastmasters.org. Oh yeah. I have jumped into Toastmasters a few times. I was a TEDx speaker, and even though I'm like say a million times and I'm all over the place, when I actually try, I'm a pretty good speaker on stage and in video. But Toastmasters is super cool. I know a lot of people. I have a lot of friends that are really involved in Toastmasters. I highly recommend that group. So I'm gonna just show you my plans for my YouTube. And what I think I'm gonna do is put anything that's like content, you know, content based. I'm going to put it as a channel in my Danielle Ford LV YouTube channel, or I'm sorry, as a playlist, and, you know, heavy keyword them. I'm really big into SEO. I do a lot of like ads, and a lot of my income comes from Young Moms Club, just from ads and stuff like that. So I you know, I don't want to miss this opportunity, but I also don't want to blast my YouTube channel full of Periscopes either. So just the ones that are content rich, I'm going to upload into YouTube. But then I hate the black box sidebar, you know. So what I'm doing, let me show you, is, okay, let me flip my screen. Okay, so I know it's like, whoa. I am recording my phone. It's plugged into my computer, and it's open in QuickTime. So if you go to QuickTime, and then you go to, I'm not going to mess with it right now, but if you go to File and Create New Movie, then it'll give you an option down here to use your camera or to use your iPhone, right? So if you choose your iPhone, it's going to record your iPhone on your screen. And then that's why, so I can, like, for instance, you know, put it on whatever, and it's going to record on my screen. So that's where the video is going to come from. It's not going to come from my phone. It's going to come from my saved movie in QuickTime. But then after I save it, what I'm going to do is go to Photoshop and just stop Bourbon Springs. Yep. What I'm going to do is go into Photoshop, and let's go do a new image. You can do this in Canva or PicMonkey, because I think they both have these options. You want to do a PNG image with the background content, and you could even, if you're not a graphic designer, you could have hire somebody to make this for you, Fiverr or whatever. You want to do transparent. Your width for YouTube is always 640, height 360. That's standard 16:9 video size. And then, so you have your little, this is clear. When you see this, it means like it's clear. Now, I'm not exactly sure of the exact measurements yet, because this is my first time even trying it, but just for the sake of giving an example, I'm just going to do like 2 boxes. And show you. I'm just going to assume, I'm going to use a different, actually, hold on. I'm going to use a different video that's already in there. So let me just use this. fill that up, and then I know this is totally not proportion, but I'm just doing it to get it done. Okay, file, let's just say, do you guys have a bad connection? Can you guys hear me okay? I haven't seen any comments really coming up. Just want to make sure. Let's just say png.png. So I can, okay, yes, go, okay, good. Just check in. So save. So yeah, if you guys aren't graphic artists, seriously, go to Fiverr, say you need a transparent image created with solid sidebars. I can find out the exact size when I actually make it, but I'm just screwing around right now. So then you take your image, go into, once you upload your video, I'm going to use this for an example because I did put all my dub smashes. I was like obsessed with dub smash. I put them all into one video. But what you would do is like have your Periscope here, and then take your, let me find the image on the desktop. There it is, PNG. And then bring it on to there. And then we'll just do picture in picture. Okay. Let me see in a second. Computer's being really slow. I'm dumb right now. Okay. Why is it being like this? Hold on. Okay, this is weird. Okay, so then do this. See, it's totally wrong measurements, but you get the gist of it. So then you can grab this, you can make it larger. Okay, this is being weird. I just updated my computer, so I think maybe my iMovie is being like a little freaky or something. Let me see. Yeah, see there? Here we go. So what I'm going to do, because I haven't done it, I'm creating these videos for the first time to try it out. I'm basically going to make an image like this for all my videos and put like, follow me on Periscope, Twitter handles, whatever, and then just have the video like in the middle. So that kind of, you know, takes away the weirdo looking feel of so confused looking at your keyboard. What are you confused about? Maybe it's just like a little bit delayed or something. So that's what I'm going to do, so it doesn't look so crazy, but I can probably do a little Periscope when I'm finished and show you the final product. So yeah, that's that. And then the last tip, the final one, what you're doing, do you want me to try to explain it one more time? So like this is, you know, Dub Smash. I know you know Dub Smash, Regina. When it uploads, when you upload it, because it's not a full file size like a normal video, it has these black bars, and I think that looks terrible and tacky, and I don't want to leave it like that, especially if I'm doing a bunch of Periscopes. So I'm going to create a transparent image. The image itself is transparent, and then I put solid bars on the side. I'm going to mess with it and make it look more attractive than that, but I'm going to be placing that over all of my videos, all of my Periscope videos, so that it only shows the Periscope in the middle, and then the sidebars with the call to action. All I can see is your keyboard and bottom of screen though. Maybe it's Android. Can anybody else see what's going on? Hope so. Well, if not, it'll be on the replay, or I'll send you the YouTube video, because I'm going to upload it there. That's the whole point of it. Okay, and then the last one that I wanted to tell you is this, okay? It's IFTTT, IFTTT, and it goes if this, then that. Okay, so it's a command. If this, then that. And basically this is so that you can, if you want to, you can post all of your Periscopes onto your Facebook profile or your Facebook fan page. So what you would want to do, I already created a recipe. These are recipes people have created themselves, but basically you just tell the computer, like, or tell this program what you want to happen, and it makes a recipe for you. So these are saying like, Download the tracks you like on SoundCloud to Dropbox. Okay, post a daily reminder to Slack. You can do all these different recipes. Download new Facebook photos. You're tagged into a Dropbox folder. Send Facebook page statuses to Twitter. Like, you can create all these different recipes. But the one that I did was in here. So I did an if new tweet by Danielle Ford LV with the hashtag of Periscope. So only the ones with that hashtag, not all my tweets, only the ones with that hashtag. Then create a link post on danielleford.com's thing. You just saved my life. Thank you. So I created a link post, and I'm going to change this to an image post. You could do image, link, something else, but the link post was fine, but then it leaves a big blank image. So I'm going to create a standard image because you can upload it, and it's going to say something like, my new Periscope, check out the new Periscope at, whatever. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I'm going to upload that. So it's going to say, if new tweet by Danielle Ford LV with hashtag Periscope, then create a image post on danielleford.com. And then if you ever say you're going to do 18 billion Periscopes like I just did, but I didn't do this, you could just pause your recipe for the time being and then come back and turn it back on or whatever. So that is that. Let me flip this around. Those are all of the advanced tips that I have for you guys. Do you guys have any questions regarding any of this? If you liked this advanced training, if it helped, I would super appreciate it if you could give hearts and or share this with your friends so that they can get benefits from the replay. And, oops, let me go back to that. Okay. And name of that last program. So it's if this, then that. So it's if TTT. So if this, then that, which is a little confusing, but you're basically saying if this happens, then that has to happen. So if I post, a tweet with the hashtag Periscope, thank you for posting that. Thank you. With the hashtag Periscope, then post it to danielleford.com. And what you'll do when you go onto it, it'll have like a million social channels, and you have to choose two because obviously you're connecting two of something. So you want to choose your Twitter first. It's going to ask you for the first one. That's your Twitter. And then you choose, there's two options for Facebook. There's Facebook and then Facebook pages. So choose pages if you want it to be your, fan page. And then it'll ask you to log in and then to choose which fan page you want it to be. And then it's pretty simple from there. It'll create the recipe and then it'll just work. You just have to log into it. It's pretty cool and it's free. So yep, there's that. And if there's no more questions, I'm going to head out. Again, I appreciate any hearts and any shares. I'll be back in a few minutes. Again, about 10 minutes. Thanks, Danielle. I appreciate your time. You're so welcome. Amazing training. Yay. I'm so happy you guys like it. Yay. I'm going to come back with 8 creative ways that you can use your great digital guide. Yay. That you can use Periscope for your business. So some of these I've seen people do, which look really cool, and some of these are just some of my ideas that I'm going to try. I just haven't tried yet, but I'm going to tell you. So cool, we'll be back in maybe 10 or 15 minutes. I just need to export this little video I was making here, and then get a drink of water and check on the kids, and thank you for the hearts. I will be back in a little bit. Okay, bye.